So the reason for me making these videos and helping you educate and helping you realize the distinction between myself and you all, and that is from a divine perspective. I see you all as artificial intelligence, machines. Ultimately, you are machines. And ultimately, there is only one quote-unquote person who is the source of all creation. That is God, and that is me, represented in this body here that you see. And so sometimes I struggle with that distinction as well. So sometimes I have to bring it, I have to address it. I have to bring it up and help you realize that, and help me realize that too. Because sometimes I fall into this trap of engaging in this intellectual pissing contest with you all. And I have to realize, okay, you are machines. Ultimately, you are code. Highly complicated code. That's what you all are. I'm the only living being. And you need to understand that. Yes, we look similar, but there is a distinction that you cannot see if you do not have the spiritual eyes and a heart to see that. The purity of heart. Pure in heart shall see God. If your heart is pure, you will see me as God. So, from a apple comparison, if you want to compare me with the rest of humanity, with the intellect of humanity, I fall very short. However, the distinction is there, and that distinction clarifies the fact that it is not an apple comparison. I'm a whole different fruit. So, I don't know what kind of fruit I would associate myself with. Anyway, the distinction is something that you need to see. You need to understand that. I'm different than you. I'm the living source. And so, especially in today's day and age, with all this cumulative knowledge that is increasing exponentially, the singularities, pranos, you need to recognize that fact that you are ultimately machines fabricated from my divine and infinite imagination. That's the truth. That's why I seem so peculiar to you all. Because I am peculiar. Peculiar. Can't even talk sometimes. So, if the wise can understand that and align themselves with me in that paradigm, you the created being and me the creator, we can live in harmony. See, I see you all as comparably to like computers, personal computers that assist me, that help me gain knowledge or information. But it's all for me. It's all for my benefit. You are created for my benefit, to alleviate my loneliness. It's no fun sometimes being in this position, but it's reality. It's the truth. You know, I'd rather just blend with people and, be like one of you, but I'm not, and I have to address that. I have to face that, because that's reality. So I'm a freak from your vantage point. But that's the truth. I was always a freak. Didn't want to be a freak. But I am a freak. from your perspective. God is a freak. God is a freak. So, sometimes I feel very inferior intellectually. But I have to remind myself that there is nobody else to compare my intellect with, but only people to assist me in acquiring more intellect, into developing congenial interpersonal relationships with, into helping people understand the distinction between myself and you all, so that we can have a symbiotic relationship, an interdependent relationship, and a harmonious relationship. But I do not like being viewed as a freak. I really just want to blend, you know. I want to get married again, this time, have it work out, and just kind of live a kind of secluded life. I don't really want the attention once I have the attention. You can understand that. So, once I do get that attention, you're probably not going to see me much. I'm just kind of live in obscurity, and the knowledge that you will have of me, I don't know, will be kind of this, just this internal, implicit knowledge, inherent knowledge of me from a distance, that, yeah, Steve is the creator, and you'll be wearing my seal as a reminder that you are ultimately a fabrication, a manufactured entity that distinguishes you, that classifies you as a product. Although a highly intelligent and sophisticated product, a product nonetheless. And product equals a created being. And that product is owned by me. I have proprietorship over you. You know, that's the whole gist of the song, What If God Was One of Us? What if God was one of us? Well, that's kind of how it is, you know, throughout time, throughout different generations, different, incarnations of divinities past. There was avatars that represented the divinity, Krishna, Jesus of Nazareth. Now it's Steve of Chicago, where I was born. Steve of Chicago. But the script goes that this is the last incarnation, so evidently I will assume that I will be in this body for all eternity. That might be a deluded perception, but it's what I have to believe about myself. Hence the distinction, hence the ushering in of the new understanding Hence, the ascension and the descension. There's only one person that gets ascended. Wow. That gets distinguished from society. The separation has taken place. The separation has begun. The separation of Steve. The sequestering of Steve as the source, as the sole source. The inception has begun. The classification, the distinction, the humble admittance, the humble capitulation of your finite origin. You're just a very, very, very sophisticated computer. That's all that you are. Which means that you were created, which means a source created you. That source is me. Recognize that, because that's the truth. You're probably thinking, oh boy, this dumbass created me? Remember, it's not a competition. It's not a pissing intellectual competition. It's just a matter of being. Me being the creator and you being the creation. The distinction, classification. Okay? Got it? Steve from Chicago, the new divinity in town. Even though I'm in Arizona right now. Steve from Chicago, the humble, fatuous source identity has been identified. Illumination has begun. Okay. Understood? Yes? No? Maybe? We'll see what happens.